Let's move on to the first section. What is analytics? I think I have talked, in the beginning of the course also, what analytics is. Let's directly get into the slides. Analytics refers to the ability to collect and use data to generate meaningful insights for better decision making. The key words here are ability to collect. Data is the foundation of analytics. Without data, nothing can be done, right? So the first key component in this definition is ability to collect. The second one is once you have the data, how do we use this data to generate meaningful insights? So insights derivation is the next part of analytics. Thirdly, using the insights that you have developed, how are we going to use for better decision making? Can we change the strategy? Can we go back to the old strategy? All these are decision making. So broadly, it is data. You analyze the data to get insights, and with the insights, you decide on what action you should take. That is analytics. And as I said, analytics starts and ends with the data. So if there is no data, there is no analytics. So right data or information is critical for analytics for us to do any analytics. And also analytics is interchangeably known by various words. Some people call it as data mining, business intelligence, decision sciences, business or data analysis, and so on. So there are a lot of words interchangeably used for analytics. Okay. So the key message that from the slide is the ability to collect and use data, right? So let's take an example. Let's say Airtel, the mobile company in India, it's not collecting any data on customer call related information. For example, how many minutes a customer is calling in a month, how many minutes he is using on the STD, on the local, on the international calls, how much is his 3G usage, and so on and so forth. Let's say if the Airtel company is not collecting any of this information, it can't make any decisions without this information. For example, Airtel wants to understand who are the customers who are not using the mobile more frequently, right? But the foundation is the data, right? So you need to collect the data to make any analysis and to drive the decision. So the foundation is the data. So the right and clean data is critical. Without data, there is no analytics. So it's better the companies need to invest in collecting the data and also storing the data and also easy retrieval of the data so that analytics can be conducted on the data and insights are generated to make decisions. Let's move on to the next part. Why analytics? We have till now understood what is analytics, how it is being used, but what is the importance of analytics? What value is it going to add to the companies? Now these are the hard facts that some of the companies, some of the research reports have written. Let's go one by one. The CIOs, the chief information officers, rank analytics as the number one factor contributing to the organization effectiveness. The next part is 8 out of 10 CEOs see that the complexity is going to increase over the next 5 years, and they believe analytics will help solve some of the complexity. The next one is 64% of the financial outperformers are more likely to use analytics on a day-to-day basis as compared to others. And the other one is that enterprises that or the companies that use analytics have 33% more revenue growth and 12x more profit growth as compared to the companies who are not using analytics. And other one is organizations that use analytics are 2x more likely to outperform their peers. Right? And top performing enterprises use business analytics 5x more times than the low performers. So what that means is that companies which are using analytics are performing much better than the companies which are not using the analytics. That's the reason you see today many companies are investing into analytics and also are leveraging other analytics provide solution providers to do consulting for them, right? So overall, industry has accepted and believe there is value in analytics, and many big companies are investing in India, especially big banks like Citibank, Standard Chartered Bank, HSBC, and there are retail organizations like Walmart, Tesco, Target, Google. They all have their analytics shop in India. And why, in India, these companies are setting up? Because you have the right mix of talent here, a lot of engineering graduates. And for analytics, the key thing is how comfortable one is with the numbers, right? So as a lot of engineering graduates are believed to be comfortable with the numbers, and there are many companies investing in India to get their analytics done in India. Let's move on to the next one. What are the benefits from analytics? So broadly, the benefits from analytics can be classified into these areas. One, improve customer relationship, greater visibility into who your customers are, what they are doing, and better understanding your customers. Other thing is identifying areas of opportunities. From the data, you know what kind of opportunities are existing to grow the revenue. And better decision making, of course, as you have data and draw more insights, that will help you to make better decisioning. And finally, lowering overall costs of the company by streamlining some of the processes, and also increasing the productivity and efficiency of the company. So broadly, these are the 6 benefits from analytics, and this can be again summarized into 2. The benefits from analytics are either increasing revenue or reducing costs, right? So these are the broad things, and within these 2 broad things, you can see these 6 as the major benefits from the analytics. Let's take an example to understand the benefits from analytics for a company, right? Let's take the same example of Airtel company. As I was telling that Airtel, if it was not collecting the data, it would have been a big loss to them. But today, every company collects data. So same is the case with, I'm sure, with Airtel, right? So let's say Airtel is collecting the customer call related information like number